one of the leading figures that is taking part in Souq Okaz, representing the Saudi Wildlife Authority, is Mr. Ahmed Al-Boug again, and he's going to give us a lot of information, so let's all learn from this. Mr. Ahmed, first of all, I'd like to welcome you. MashaAllah, you're in everywhere, but we're so happy that you're sharing all that you know about whether the biodiversity of Souq Okaz, location, and the like, and what role is the Saudi World Life Organization or authorities taking part in Souq Okaz.
Yes, thank you very much. So first of all, you know that Souq Okaz, this is the fifth festival for Souq Okaz activity.
Okay.
It will be the fifth year for the re-established again Souq Okaz activity. For the general people, the Souq Okaz, it's one of the most famous Arab souks since before Islamic time.
Exactly.
So since around 1,500 years ago.
Okay.
And this has been started before Islam, and it's been also lasting after Islam time for 129 years.
Okay.
And then it's been destroyed and stopped for almost 1,300 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's re-established back again 5 years ago. So this is the fifth year of restarting activities of Souq Okaz.
So we're reviving that celebration for this occasion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Souq Okaz mainly the souk, it's related for many things. The poetry, it's the main thing.
Definitely.
But also the other activities like the racing or the competitions in text or competitions in camel and horse racing.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Plus many different things like also trade.
Okay. Trade.
At that time. So right now, of course, the activities of Souq Okaz, it's including the theater show.
Okay.
Every year about one of the mu'allaqat poets.
Yes, suspended poems.
Yes.
Okay.
About the poem, about the poet himself.
Okay.
Of mu'allaqat. So the first year we start with Imru al-Qais, and then to Taraf ibn al-Abd.
Okay.
And this year we have Zuhair bin Abi
Salma. Yeah.
Okay. And plus the exhibitions, usually different government agencies or private agencies, they participate in these exhibitions.
Okay.
Plus the traditional dancing activities. Mm-hmm. Also there are competitions for the traditional dancing.
Okay.
So in fact, since this activity restart again 5 years ago,
okay,
there were prizes for different competitions. One related to the poetry,
okay,
which is called the Poet of Souq Okaz,
okay,
every year.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one about the young poet of Souq Okaz. This is the first one. It's for all the poets from all the Arab countries.
Okay, and this one.
The second prize, which is about 300,000 riyals.
Okay.
The second prize, which 100,000 riyals. This is about the young poets from Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
And then there is several prizes also for different aspects, like the paints, the traditional dancing,
okay,
the handcraft,
yeah,
and different activities like that.
Is there any calligraphy this year like last year?
Well, this year they stopped the one for the Okaz poet and the young Okaz poet, because I think the participants, all the participations during this period, this year it was not reaching to the level of the prize.
Okay. How about the street theater?
About what?
The street theater. Last year, all the people who were attending, actually who were taking part in Souq Okaz, were dressed up in real Arabian costumes, and they were actually taking part, interacting with each other in front of the public, which made enriched the environment of the Souq Okaz and made people live a lively scene, as if it was carried back to the old ages.
Exactly. So, in fact, out of the theater, every year the theaters show, it's about one of the Souq Okaz poets. So this year it will be about Zuhair bin Abi Sulma. But in fact, in Jeddah Okaz, this is the big pathway between the main theater and the traditional dancing theater.
Okay.
It's around 1 kilometer long.
Okay.
So through this place, the people, they can see the actors dressing the traditional Arabic dress.
Okay.
And reading the poetry and using the horses and the camels and moving like the previous time.
Okay, this is interesting. Yes, there is a handcraft display or shops there where people can actually show the visitors how they execute their product or actually the finishing product out of their profession. This year is going to be included as well?
Yes, of course, every year. So this is part of the activity of Souq Okaz. So to give more attention about traditional handcrafts, different issues. And there is a competition anyway about it. So it will be a lot of shops on this Jeddah Okaz website.
Okay.
There is a lot of tents selling and showing the different handcrafts. So also the handcrafts, people, they will be there to showing how they are modifying and creating their goods.
Okay. You've just mentioned earlier the biodiversity of Souq Okaz location. Can you just verify this more?
Well, that the Souq Okaz location itself, it's around 11 square kilometers.
Okay.
And there is a master plan for Souq Okaz in the future.
Okay.
It will be educational and cultural city in the location. It will take maybe an area not only 11 square kilometers, but around 16 square kilometers of the area of the Souq Okaz.
Okay.
So of course this master plan, it will when this master plan is started, it will give a negative effect to the biodiversity of location of Souq Okaz, which I mean the biodiversity including plants, mammals, birds. So the National Wildlife Research Center get this responsibility since 2008. We started the survey with our experts team for the different biodiversity of Souq Okaz, plants, mammals, birds, and we make the checklist already of that biodiversity. So in the future we can prepare or mention some of these in the museums. It will include within this city. Of course, the most interesting things that we are looking for the reflection of this biodiversity in the Arabic poetry.
Okay.
So I'm a poet. I'm looking for this part of the things, how this biodiversity reflect in the tradition poetry since before Islam and during Islam time and through all the poetry ages.
Okay, this is interesting. Yeah. So in other words,
and to show how it was strongly related between the wildlife and the poetry.
Do you think they've had any wildlife at that time?
Sorry?
Do they have any wildlife there at that time aside from?
Well, in 2008 when we did our surveys with our experts, we record about 59 bird species.
Wow.
In the location, I mean residents and migrants.
Okay.
Crossing the area of Souq Okaz.
Okay.
And also we record 17 mammal species, including the wolves, hyenas, caracal, foxes, and 31 plant species.
Wow! So you've done
the plant species are trees.
You've done a good research, and it took you from 2008 up till now.
From 2008 up to now, because the survey, you cannot do it in one time, so you have to do it in different seasons.
Okay.
you know that the birds, for example, they come in different seasons.
Indeed.
So you have to do it in the winter, in the summer, in the spring, in different seasons, because the Arabic month is moving all over the season.
Exactly. This is what I wanted to say, because
so
every.
For that reason, if you want to make the checklist of the biodiversity of mainly of the mammals or the birds, you have to do it in different seasons.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and different years, of course. So that's why it takes more time.
Okay.
But I think which is taking more time from me is to look the reflection of this biodiversity in the Arabic poetry.
Okay, so this is your conclusion. You will be able, based on this conclusion.
Yeah, so we are going to present in the Saudi Wildlife Authority exhibition. Part of it will be about the biodiversity of Souq Okaz and the reflection in the poetry.
Okay.
So we will have this year, inshallah, 3 big posters, 2.4 by 1.8 meters.
Okay.
Every poster, one about the mammals, one about the birds, and the third one about the plants.
Okay.
All of Souq Okaz location.
Okay. Souq Okaz occasion, in other words, always falls on the 23rd of Shawwal. Some, similarity in Shawwal. Was it this that took part in the old times as well? The same date in Shawwal?
All time it was related to Hajj season.
Ah.
So every time it used to be from 1st Dhul-Qa'dah
Okay.
up to 20. So for 20 days.
20 days.
And then the whole participants, they move to another souk. It's called Dil Majaz.
Okay.
And the third souk, which is in Mecca, it's in Arafat, the third one. So in fact, they come before the Hajj season. And they spend 20 days. But right now, there are a lot of factors. So we have to find the best time for the people. It's not located in the vacation times.
Okay.
It's not located in Hajj season. So I think Shawwal, it's one of the selected time. But I think we will reach.
Yes, definitely.
to the fixed date.
Inshallah. MashaAllah, Mr. Ahmed, you're doing too much, and I must tell there is so much that we are missing as an information for the general public about such an important event taking place, and the preparation that is dealt with, because people take for granted that this is the location, but there is so much to know behind this in order to be able to bring up the facts and actually state it to the public, so they will be more aware of what took part in the old times and what is it doing now.
Sure. So that Souq Okaz, the most important things in Souq Okaz activity, it's this for the whole family.
Oh yes.
The kids, the teenagers, the mothers, the fathers, for everybody. So that's the opening ceremony. It will be next Tuesday,
Inshallah.
22 of
Shawwal.
Shawwal.
Okay.
And of course the theater show for about Zuhair bin Abi Salma, it will show the first day, and then it will repeat it every day for several days. For the general people. Okay. So general people, they can join this. The whole family, they can join it together.
Okay, and it's it's more active at the end of the day after Maghrib time, right?
Yes, usually after Maghrib. So it is lasting for several hours after Maghrib. And this it will including the theater show, the Jeddah Okaz activities related to the traditional dressing and poetry and so, and the handcrafts, the exhibitions about the paints, about the different topics. Plus the traditional dancings and traditional foods. So.
Okay. Last year you referred to some of the youth of the areas surrounding Taif to use them in Souq Okaz itself, and they dressed them up and they prepared them by poetry and all this. Are you using the same thing this year?
Yes.
which is very good. They participate actually with this involvement of these youth. It makes them understand and respect, and on the contrary, it might be, you never know, some poets will be coming out from those young generation.
Sure. You know, the whole atmosphere, it's giving the impression of the tradition Souq Okaz, but
yes.
Of course we moderate this by modern exhibitions and
yes, yeah.
and activities.
Yeah, so
the visitors, they will find both the traditional activities, how it was looked like, the traditional poetry, and in the meantime also there are a lot of activities, you know, modern activities related to Souq Okaz, and it will be all in the big tent of Souq Okaz.
I like last year the falconry. You know, they actually they're sitting in a tent and they have all
so
these.
This is part of the tradition.
Yes, it's Mr. Al-Boug. Again, I must admit, mashallah, you are a very, very informative source, whether in Souq Okaz or in biodiversity or on the Wildlife Reservation or Authority. I'm very happy that we have talked to somebody who will be able to convey all this information to the audience, and I wish, inshallah, a successful year for you this year and in years to come, because we actually take so much pride with people who are so knowledgeable. Thank you very much for your participation. Our best luck and wishes for a prosperous occasion for the Souq Okaz and success like last year.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, and you're most welcome.
Thank you.